Yo, what's going on, guys? You guys are having a fantastic day. Today I have a few 1vx clips I wanted to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into that PvP commentary. We just immediately killed that first guy. Now on to the second guy. We're going to connect 3 auto attacks in a row and he's going to succumb right away. For our second fight here, we're going to be against the musket user. I want to stay within medium range of this guy since it does favor the musket the further you walk away from him. So right now I'm just trying to roll towards when I have a chance. Trying to punish him on his reload misses. Here he's trying to drink a potion and reload at the same time. So I'm just keep feeding him with auto since he didn't have a shot available. Then the next opponent comes flying in with a sword and shield. Here we're going to immediately pop our fireball. Go for the shade. We see him charging a heavy attack. So we parry that with ease and then just charge our fully charged heavy attack to finish him off with that nice backstab. A spear user decides to join the fray. He misses his charge. I burn out right through him there, creating distance, allowing me to free auto a cast against him. His undying passive has been proc. I land a parry there into the heavy attack there to finish him off with that juicy backstab. I find those pesky musket users sitting on the rock and I decide to fight them here. I'm going to roll towards them using burnout there. I guess sweep through my burnout there. Very unfortunate. Since I'm against 2 range users, I'm going to work my way towards the tree here so they both can't fire on me at the same time. I get a massive parry there, avoiding the damage. I now have 5 people on top of me, so I have to play relatively spacious here. Can't commit. As you can see right there, I got hit by 1 CC, and it was easily chained by everybody else. And then when he was going right through them there, the old reversal. I then turn around to chug another fireball, trying to poke them down as I kite back. I mess up there and get hit by the sweep, but luckily they hit me out of it, and I can immediately recover from that CC. As they're pushing up the rock here, I go for a 2-man pillar of fire, but sadly it does not connect on both of them, only one. I get CC here, I go for the parry. I land the heavy attack there, finishing one of the opponents off. I actually messed up my flèche right there. I should have went through the dead body to get the reset to allow me to create some more distance between me and my opponents here since they're pouring out of the gate. I then decide to kite to this rock here for some LOS against the range users. I chuck a fireball, hitting this guy with an auto attack, and he succumbs to my burn. I try and finish off with my burn, but sadly does not connect, and I get the finish off with my flèche. If you are enjoying the video so far, it would mean a lot to me. Hit that like button and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get right back into that PvP commentary. Once again, I find myself against another musket user. I will look to push the gap, but he ends up doing that for us. As I see him charging towards me, he goes for the shade. I go for the parry. I see the bow guy in the back, and it stops that crucial damage he would have done to me. I'm going to go for the burnout here, trying to close the gap between me and him, but he sadly rolls right through it. I go for the fireball, but he parries it, just staying alive. I decide to flish shade on top of them, finishing him off. Go for a heavy attack on this guy. Then I see a man hippity hopping his way past me, so I just ignore him and focus my attention to the spear user. As the spear user looks to close the gap, I try and chuck a fireball. I see him switch the bow and I immediately flash on top of them, putting up the pressure there, trying to punish him there for switching to a bow at a bad time, and it ends up resulting in a kill. We are once again back at their spawning point, looking for those cheeky kills. Me and this guy end up bursting someone down immediately. I then get the finishing killer with my fireball. I try and focus the same target as my teammate there, so we're both focusing the same person, but he ends up succumbing to the enemy forces. I then look to close the gap on the low health target and try and one-shot him, but he lives with a sliver of HP there, and his teammate actually jumps right in front of my auto attack there, saving his life. What a team player. Since more of them are coming out of the spawn, I decide to kite towards the rocks here and use it for some good LOS against the opponents. I go down to the low ground, immediately back up there, try and throw them off, but only one opponent ends up following us. I chuck a fireball right in the guy's face there, chunking him down. The guy plays a little too over aggressive. I go for the parry into the heavy, evade through the kick there, and finish him off with that cheeky auto attack. For our last fight of the video, it's going to be a 2vx between me and my healer here. Our first opponent will be a man with a great shield. I go for a burnout there, seeing if I can dot him up, but to no avail. I go for more continuous auto attacks on top of him. He ends up dodging my pillar of fire, going aggressive onto my healer. I'm going to try my best to get them off of her, but they are relentless, keeping up the pressure on top of the healer, but they are taking damage for virtually free since they're not hitting me whatsoever. I turn my focus to the great axe user here since he's low HP and he ends up succumbing to my auto attack. Then once again I try and peel this guy off the healer, but he's being relentless, but he's allowing me to free hit him, so I'm keeping up the damage, hitting with the pillar of fire into the auto cancel fireball there, and he succumbs to the burst damage. And now that all that remains is the mage. I go for a charge heavy, it connects into a big crit there, chunking his HP down. The ice pylon is relentless here, keeping up the pressure, but it doesn't matter since I have a healer and I can just heal through all that damage. I go for the shade there since he sees relatively low HP, and the healer ends up KSing me.